Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. This presentation focuses on DTC codes P0137 and P0157 for the Honda Pilot model years 2016 to 2022. The DTC P0137 indicates a low voltage condition in the rear secondary heated oxygen sensor, HO2S, for Bank 1, Sensor 2. While P0157 refers to a similar issue in the front secondary HO2S for Bank 2, Sensor 2. These sensors are crucial for monitoring the efficiency of the vehicle's exhaust gases and ensuring optimal fuel mixture, thus maintaining emission standards. The rear and front secondary HO2S sensors are located downstream of the catalytic converter in their respective exhaust banks. The performance of these sensors is critical for the vehicle's engine management and overall emissions control system. A fault in these sensors can not only impact performance, but may eventually lead to more serious engine issues if not properly addressed. The error description for DTC P0137 reveals that the rear secondary heated oxygen sensor, identified as Bank 1, Sensor 2, is experiencing a low voltage condition. This sensor is responsible for monitoring the exhaust gases after they exit the catalytic converter and provides feedback to the powertrain control module, PCM, about the combustion efficiency of the engine. Similarly, DTC P0157 indicates a low voltage condition for Bank 2's front secondary HO2S, representing Sensor 2. These sensors are generally positioned in the exhaust system downstream of the catalytic converters to assess how effectively they are working. The sensors function within a specific voltage range, and any significant deviation can trigger these DTCs, indicating the need for a detailed troubleshooting process to identify the underlying issue. Several possible causes can lead to the activation of DTCs P0137 and P0157. A primary suspect is a faulty heated oxygen sensor itself, which may have failed or is providing inaccurate readings due to internal defects. Additionally, poor electrical connections at the sensors or the PCM can prevent proper signal transmission, leading to low voltage readings. Inspecting the wiring harness for any visible damage or corrosion is also crucial, as breaks or shorts in the wiring can cause fluctuating sensor voltages. Environmental factors or exposure to heat may also degrade the insulation of the wiring, further complicating the issue. Each of these potential causes needs to be evaluated during the diagnostic process to ensure the system returns to optimal working conditions. The symptoms associated with DTC P0137 and P0157 can be noticeable, impacting both engine performance and emissions control. Drivers might experience recognized engine performance issues, such as rough idling, hesitation during acceleration, or reduced power output. Increased emissions may also become apparent, potentially leading to failing emissions tests or inspections due to erroneous exhaust composition readings. Consequently, the check engine light will illuminate on the dashboard, alerting the driver to a fault in the emissions system. Failure to address these symptoms could result in more severe engine problems down the line, making it essential to undertake accurate diagnostics promptly. In the first step of troubleshooting for DTCs P0137 and P0157, begin by placing the vehicle into the on mode. This mode allows for the necessary electrical systems to engage, enabling the diagnostic equipment to communicate effectively with the onboard systems. Utilizing the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, clear any existing diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, from memory. It's important to ensure a fresh slate for accurate diagnostics. Following this, Start the engine and hold the RPMs at 3000 without load until the radiator fan activates. This simulates operational conditions for the sensors while you monitor the onboard diagnostics (OBD) status for indications of DTC P0137 and/or P0157. If the HDS indicates that the status is failed, proceed to the next steps for further diagnosis of the faults. If passed, the system is likely operational for the moment, and any issues may be intermittent. The second step in troubleshooting involves determining the possible failure area related to the oxygen sensors. First, turn the vehicle to the off or lock mode to secure the electrical systems. Next, disconnect the 4-pin connector for the secondary heated oxygen sensors. This action allows you to isolate the sensors from the PCM for accurate testing. After the connector is removed, turn the ignition to the on position again. Utilizing the HDS, observe the current parameters for HO2S Bank 1 Sensor 2 and HO2S Bank 2 Sensor 2. Specifically, you will be looking for a voltage reading of less than 0.18 volts. The comparison of these readings against the predefined thresholds helps to confirm whether the issue lies with a faulty sensor or elsewhere within the circuit. In this third troubleshooting step, the process involves further diagnostics to determine if there are shorts in the wiring lines associated with the oxygen sensors. Start by turning the vehicle to the off or lock mode to eliminate any live voltage risks. With the secondary heated oxygen sensors 4P connector still disconnected, check for continuity between the designated test points. The focus here is on the continuity between test point 1 at the HO2S sensor connector and test point 2 at body ground. Continuity in this test indicates a potential issue in the wiring that needs correcting. If continuity exists where it shouldn't, further investigation into the wiring harness for shorts is warranted. If not, this step indicates that the wiring between points is functional. Step 4 in the troubleshooting guide requires jumping the system control line, SCS, using the Honda Diagnostic System. This procedure involves temporarily shorting the SCS line to facilitate a diagnostic check. After this, disconnect the PCM connector C, which typically has 51 pins. Ensuring the vehicle is off or lock mode is critical for safety during this process. With both the HO2S connector and PCM connector disconnected, check for continuity again between the relevant test points. Again, between the secondary HO2S connector's terminal and body ground. If continuity is detected at this stage, it strongly suggests a short circuit in the wiring between the PCM and the secondary HO2S that needs to be repaired to resolve the low voltage condition indicated by the DTC. In the fifth step of troubleshooting, again jump the system control line SCS using the HDS and wait more than 1 minute for the system to stabilize. Once this has been completed, disconnect the relevant PCM connectors to facilitate further checks. With the secondary HO2S connector and the PCM connector both removed, continuity tests can be conducted again between designated test points. This will help ascertain if there's a short in the SO2SGB1 or SO2SGB2 lines connected to the secondary HO2S. A resulting continuity failure indicates an intact wiring condition, paving the way for further reviews of other components in the system, such as the PCM itself, or consulting authorized service information relevant to the DTCs being troubleshot. After completing the necessary repairs for DTCs P0137 and P0157, The final verification step is vital to ensure that the issues have been effectively resolved. Begin by confirming all repairs that were executed on the heated oxygen sensors, wiring, and any connectors involved in the process. After confirming repairs, it is essential to recheck DTCs using the Honda Diagnostic System HDS. This allows one to ensure that previously recorded DTCs have not returned. Following the diagnostic checks, performing a test drive of the vehicle under conditions that could previously trigger the fault is crucial. Monitoring the vehicle's performance and emissions during this test will validate whether the repairs were successful and whether the system operates as intended. Preventive maintenance plays a crucial role in avoiding recurring issues related to DTCs P0137 and P0157. One of the best practices is to regularly inspect electrical connections involved in the oxygen sensor circuits. Regularly checking the integrity and condition of the wiring harness is also recommended, as wear and tear from environmental factors can lead to faults or intermittent failures. Routine diagnostics using the Honda Diagnostic System HDS can help in catching any emerging issues early. Keeping an eye on engine performance and any warning lights on the dashboard can also assist in the timely identification of problems. Preventive measures not only extend the life of the components, but also ensure the vehicle functions efficiently, meeting all emission standards. In conclusion, troubleshooting DTCs P0137 and P0157 involves recognizing the symptoms, such as engine performance issues and increased emissions, along with thoroughly examining the potential causes. The step-by-step approach detailed in this guide provides a structured framework for diagnosing and resolving issues related to the secondary HO2S circuits. It's essential to emphasize the importance of preventive maintenance practices, which can greatly reduce the likelihood of such faults arising in the future. A proactive approach in maintaining electrical connections, inspecting wiring, and routine diagnostics can save time and resources in the long run. Following these practices ensures a properly functioning emission system, resulting in both improved vehicle performance and compliance with regulatory emission standards. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.